Welcome back. Once again, he's Dave.
And he's Dave.
Welcome to the Sports Rant. We're going to start this off not like usual because I don't really like talking about baseball because I'm not a baseball fan, but I have noticed something about the Washington Nationals. A couple of years ago, they won the World Series. Good for them. Washington was real like a title town for a minute. They had the Capitals winning, then they had the Nationals winning.
The Nationals were set up to be repeat champs for a while.
Yes, they were, but they were not repeat champs.
Nope.
They were not. This season, as we spoke about before, they got rid of Trey Turner and Matt Scherzer. Matt Scherzer was a top pitcher. Got rid of him. They actually paid him some money and got rid of him. Trey Turner, a up-and-coming star, was there. They traded him, okay? If you remember, a couple of years ago, this was before they won the World Series. They didn't pay. They decided they weren't going to pay a guy named Bryce Harper, okay? Bryce Harper, right now, this year, is batting .312, has 33 home runs, 80 RBIs, and has a 1.05 OPS. For those who don't know what the OPS is, they combine your slugging percentage and your on-base percentage and make it into one number. He's number one in baseball.
Yeah.
He gets on base.
I will say, I've always felt that number to be bullshit.
Okay.
You know, I'm honest with you. I know a lot of people put a lot of faith in that number, but my thing is, what's your on-base percentage?
Right.
What's your batting average? What's your slugging percentage?
Okay.
How many times are you making contact? Okay.
He does all three very well.
On base plus slugging, to me, is a manufactured number. You're just taking two numbers and you're adding them. You know, but I get what you're saying, and you're absolutely right, though.
Yeah.
They failed to retain Harper.
Harper. Fine. Okay. Now they got this guy Juan Soto, who's a fucking animal.
Which is why they wanted to let Harper go, because they knew they had him in the minor league system.
Yeah, what's wrong with having two nice motherfuckers? What's wrong with having two of the best players in the league?
In a sport that has no salary cap.
There you go. Why are you being so fucking cheap? Juan Soto is batting .325, 29 home runs, 92 RBIs, and a 1.029 OPS. I mean, I know you don't put much stock in it, but whatever, it's high.
It's high.
Okay? They're gonna have to pay this motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
If they don't, that would mean they got rid of Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, and Juan Soto. You could have paid all three of them. They could have been there getting your championships for years, man, or putting you in the race.
The difference between Harper and Soto, with all respect, is they have this thing in baseball called arbitration. Right. Okay? So you're basically, for your first 6 years within the organization, okay, especially as a major leaguer, you're at their mercy. Now, you can get traded if you're still under a rookie deal, okay, as long as your current team deems the trade proposed to be of value or higher, okay, and let the new team worry about signing you to an extension, you know, similar to what the Anaheim Angels did with Mike Trout. They didn't let his rookie deal go up. They signed him to a 10-year extension, like the Marlins did with Giancarlo Stanton. They didn't wait for his rookie deal to be done. They signed him to a ridiculous extension that the Yankees are now paying for. But that's how you work that out. They're not in danger right now of losing Soto.
Because he's young.
He's going to feel slighted if he doesn't get paid now the same way someone like a Mike Trout got paid or Giancarlo Stanton got paid.
Pay that man.
If he's producing for you, you pay him. Right is right.
Right is right. And they're gonna fuck around and lose him, yo. They're gonna fuck around and lose him. Spotrac is saying that he's gonna be the first person to sign a $500 million contract, which is baseball. The numbers are astronomical. I still don't see how they pay these guys that much money.
No.
I don't know how it happens.
Baseball players are extremely overpaid. Let's not mistake that. Let's not mistake that. It is the one game that should have a salary cap.
Facts.
Okay? Because your average Joe Schmo that's not making six figures a year that wants to go to a game got to take out a fucking mortgage to go to said game. I mean, a fucking a beer costs $10-12.
$10-12,
right?
easy.
I'm talking a little bitty beer like this.
Easy.
Too.
But the Yankee beers stay cold for the whole game. I don't understand how that happens. They got some kind of chemical in it or some shit.
It's that core shit. Whatever. Bottom line is, you pay for it. You pay for it in tickets. You pay for it in concessions.
Yeah.
You as the fan pay for it ultimately. You know, and the funny shit is, I know, again, I'm going to make myself seem old, okay? But I could go to a baseball game in the 90s, first of all, show up on the day of the game, go to the same day ticket sales, and still get a decent seat. Whether it was at Yankee Stadium or back then Shea Stadium.
Right.
Okay? You can't do that no more. Unless you want to pay through the fucking nose.
Yeah.
All right?
Well, you're paying guys $300 million, and 4 of them, you're going to be paying through those. Somebody, that cost has to get passed down some way.
Without question.
There it goes.
I mean, I've personally said how both Garrett Cole and Giancarlo Stanton themselves, that's like $70 million plus of the Yankees payroll right now.
Yeah.
Okay? We paying that going into the gate. But the difference here overall between a team like the Washington Nationals and a team like the New York Yankees is the Yankees will fork over that dough right now if they think you're worth it. Gotta respect that.
They try to win.
They try
to win.
And you know the other team that'll fork over that dough if they think you're worth it right now? The Los Angeles Dodgers.
The Dodgers, yes, they
Dodgers have the highest fucking payroll in the fucking league right now.
And they win.
They have one World Series to show for it. It was last year in a shortened season.
Yeah.
But they have repeatedly gone to the playoffs over the last fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
All right. More often than not, winning the West. Listen, although the Giants may win the West this year, they still gonna go to the fucking playoffs.
That's right. They're in the game. They're in it to win it.
That's it.
That's what you got to do. You got to put your money where your fucking mouth is, especially if it's a homegrown player such as Bryce Harper, such as Trey Turner, such as Juan Soto.
But you know, I've noticed teams like the Nats, even though let's remember this is the Expos, just they move.
Yeah. The Expos, by the way, the Expos hat was like one of the best hats ever.
Not only did they have a good hat, they had one of the best teams that never won a championship, 1994. Go look it up. I'm not even going into it. There's so many names on that fucking team. Hall of Famers, mind you. Okay? Go look it up. That roster was for real. Strikes, shortened season, but they could have won it. That being said, the organization as a whole, when it comes to paying their players, going back to the days in Montreal, they don't fucking do it. They wait for the player to get to a point where, okay, contract is up. Someone outbid you? Okay, someone outbid us.
Yeah.
They're not going to go into a bidding war with themselves.
Which I don't see why you... All right, that is a fair business policy. I'm not going to go to bidding war by myself. But you have to go into a bidding war eventually.
But someone's going to set the market.
Oh, what then?
Okay, so here's my only thing. Okay? If you know there's no cap, if you know that I'm going to be charging for this shit at the gate, fucking set the mark. You're the home team. Show the fucking player that you actually mean something to them.
I want you here.
Okay?
Yeah.
If they came up through your system, show me you mean. What was that? He's a rapist now, but I'm going to quote him. Show me the money. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr. Is he a rapist?
I don't know. I'm just fucking.
Is he a rapist? I remember that being a weird story.
It was a weird
crazy
story. But, you know, when you look at him,
yeah, he looks like a nut job.
That elevator ain't going to the top floor right now.
Come on, he did radio. How did you do radio? He went full blown, messed up. Man. Yeah. Anyway, so that's baseball.
He didn't recover from delving into that. Maybe.
No, he didn't. He had a on the low movie called The Hit List.
Yes,
that was popping, son. He plays a hitman. Anybody who watches movies, go see The Hit List. It's pretty good.
That was good.
That was good, son. That was good.
All right, so that was a nice one, man. For someone that really doesn't get into baseball, I like that.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of DC radio.
Okay. So
there you go.
There you go. All right. But now moving on to the NBA.
Yes.
We have your favorite player right now.
Please let me get into this. Please let me get into this. So, New York and California have a mandatory vaccination rule for, was it state players, state employees, or people who are paid by the city?
Basically,
something along those lines.
these very, very strict mandates.
Yes.
That there are certain areas that you cannot enter unless you show proof of vaccination.
Basketball stadiums are number one.
Actually,
right?
Professional sports stadiums, arenas, in general.
There you go. So, they happen to have players, such as Andrew Wiggins, who's an anti-vaxxer. Mm-hmm. New York has the same rule, and they have, of course, you can guess it, Kyrie Irving is another one of these fucking anti-vaxxers. I can't get mad at them. I, too, am an anti-vaxxer, but I'm not making $30 million a year, okay?
You're not.
If somebody giving me $30 million a year, right here, baby, right there.
And guess what else? You have a job where all you need to do is wear a mask. Yeah. And the majority of the people around you
wear masks.
Are vaccinated.
Yeah.
Okay? So one way or another, there's a level of protection there. Show me what basketball players that's going to run up and down the court with a mask.
No one. And neither is Kyrie. So they're in danger of not being able to play home games. Andrew Wiggins and Kyrie Irving.
And not just home games. Any arena that state mandates you must be vaccinated.
Yep.
So let's see now. 82 games in a season. That's 41 home games.
Right. And
then whatever away games you also cannot participate in.
So let's just say it's 60 games you won't be able to play in. And they're giving him max money.
And last time I checked, you don't have that many personal days, Kyrie.
But he takes them. Whatever ones he has,
yeah,
he takes
them.
He takes them.
Oh, no, this is going to backfire.
This couldn't have happened to a better fucking person. They're going to force you to retire.
And this coming from, again, an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, I'm not vaccinated.
But
refuse.
But, as you just said, you pay me $30 million a year?
Sign me up.
Yep.
Sign me up, son. You, Kyrie, you hoe-ass dude,
5%.
can't do what you want to do all the time. There are rules. You took people's money. They have mandates and restrictions and things that you have to follow. You took the money. You signed the contract. Obey it. Stop being a dick.
Facts.
But he won't be. He won't be. So they're going to have to either trade him or find some loophole to where they don't have to pay him.
But the funny thing is, these aren't going to be the only guys that this happens to.
No.
It just so happens we're talking about two individuals that live in or play in cities and states that currently have a very strict vaccination mandate.
Exactly.
Okay? Not every place is going to have that. You know what place that's not going to have that? Florida. So, maybe, just maybe, Brooklyn can find a way to trade him to Miami or Orlando.
Hopefully.
Okay.
I really want him to be gone, to be honest with you.
He's a headache and a half for you right now.
Go play Nelson Mandela somewhere. Go be Kyrie Luther King.
Winnie.
Yeah, go be Winnie. Go be Kyrie Luther King. Go sit there and march up and down the streets with the Black Lives Matter people and live your truth, as they say.
Don't forget your sage.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're burning sage up and down the boulevard, getting robbed.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, man.
That was good. So from one headache, we're gonna jump on another headache.
Well, let's do it.
And that is Philadelphia, at least for now, Philadelphia's own Ben Simmons. Okay? So I know you heard this. Most of the sports world has heard this. Ben Simmons tweeted, Instagrammed, fucking whatever else is out there.
Yeah.
Okay? TikTok, whatever the fuck. Okay?
Yes.
That he is not reporting to training camp for this coming season. That he will not play another game for the Philadelphia 76ers. This, of course, following the horrendous performance he had in this past season's playoffs, where he absolutely disappeared offensively. Not that he ever really has big offensive numbers, but it seems to drop ball from around 12 and change a game during the season to under 9 a game for a season.
Yeah. That's a performance anxiety.
That's a fucking drop ball. First of all, the fact that you in the league now 3+ years and you still don't have a jump shot, sorry. I personally think Philly made a mistake giving him that 5-year extension.
5 years,
okay?
$177,243,000.
Did not understand that extension. That to me is bad business by Philadelphia's front office.
$35 million a year.
But you ain't performing. So you've heard the whispers in the wind as it goes that you may be traded. You took it one step further. I will no longer play for Philly. Guess what, my friend? You do not have that clout. You are not LeBron. You are not AD. You are not Carmelo in his prime. Hell, you ain't even Jimmy Butler. These are all individuals who at one point or another may have threatened with leaving or did leave. May have asked for a trade or just said, surround me with talent or I'm going to find someplace else to go. You don't have that pull. Okay? Those other dudes, they swinging. You, baby dick club right now. Because you can't shoot. All right? And I'm sorry. You know, we got a little video right now. And I'm going to cut to it for a second.
Nobody likes me. You don't know how hard it is to be me. You think I'm ugly.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Okay? You played yourself, Ben. You think that's helping your cause? No, sir. So, that little thing that I suggested last week, where's John Wall gonna go? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think John Wall just heard the doors open in Philly.
He's a more talented player, you ask me. If he's healthy.
He's definitely... First of all, I've always felt that Ben Simmons should never be playing the point. Okay? Not at 6'10". Now, I know there's some guards that get that height these days, but not at his height, not at his build. And the fact that he plays defense as well as he does, because he does do that. I'm not going to take that away from him. Simmons plays solid D. But at 6'10" with his frame, not a point guard. John Wall, point guard. Injury prone, diva of him himself.
Yeah.
Okay, but when healthy, he's going to ball out for you. He's going to throw up points for you. And that's what they were missing last year. So right now, if I'm Daryl Morey, I'm calling Houston. I'm calling my own stomping grounds. What do we need to do to make this work?
Yeah, I'm going to slightly disagree with you here. Just a little. You know, he was an all NBA player 2 years in a row. Third team in 2019, first team 2020, which is how he got the big money. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's a good player. He's a good player. And about him being that guy who could demand that shit, everybody in the NBA is that guy because they give them whatever the fuck they want. It is a players' league, and they are handed everything.
You have a point. In my personal opinion, Ben Simmons has not earned that.
Not to me either. Yeah. But in basketball, you could do whatever the fuck you want to. Everybody, they give you everything. They got guys like JaVale McGee making $15 million a year or some crazy nonsense.
Yeah, well, I'm not here about to defend JaVale McGee's contract. We both know that that's a result of him playing with LeBron, with Steph and them. I mean, if he wasn't on those teams, he ain't making those bucks now.
What's this guy's name? The dude who called the timeout.
J.R. Smith?
My man J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith playing
J.R.
golf.
Smith was making crazy loot.
He was, but let's also remember J.R. Smith at one point was the comeback player of the year.
He was nice
when he was with the Knicks.
He was nice. Saw J.R. Smith on the Jersey Turnpike at a rest stop eating McDonald's. I said, my nigga JR was popping. Hey, y'all stupid tall, son.
Nah, they is.
I fuck with JR for life. He beat that dude ass who fucked his car up. Right on camera. Shout out to you, JR.
As you should.
As you should.
You don't fuck with a man's car. Sorry. All right, so.
Good one.
Yes, thank you. So, moving on from the NBA, we're going straight to college football. last week, one of the games that we highlighted was a game to watch was Alabama and Florida.
Yes.
And not for nothing, you and I was texting at the end of the first quarter because it was like 21-3.
It was 21-3.
We thought this shit was over. We swear to God, I thought this was over. Yep. Anyone with a rational brain thought this was over.
I turned the channel.
Okay?
I turned the channel.
So did I.
Yeah.
Man, my voice got real high right there.
Nah, listen.
Anyway.
Listen, because it was surprising that they came back. It was 21-9 at halftime.
Yeah.
And then Florida came back and scored 2 touchdowns in the third quarter.
They were with arm's reach. They were within within a score.
They were close, yeah.
Okay, and so I said, whoa, I got to turn back. And I see Florida's defense not giving Alabama any breathing room.
Yeah, and the Florida's offensive line was destroying Alabama's defensive line.
I mean, my man had all the time in the world.
Destroying
all the fucking time in the world.
Destroying
them. And if he got pressure, it was a coverage sack or coverage knockdown. Look.
And there wasn't too many of those.
If they don't go down 21-3, Florida's winning that game.
Florida's winning that game, son.
All right?
I'm telling you, this dude Bryce Young ain't it, son. He's not it, son.
Look, there's a big question mark after that game.
Yeah, he had a good game. He had 240 yards, 3 touchdowns. But the numbers didn't represent what was going on.
And I'll tell you something else. They better be counting their blessings. They're playing a crap team this week.
Yeah.
Because they need to turn around at least for their own morale and go whoop someone by 50 fucking points.
Yeah, blow somebody out.
Now, Florida, on the other hand, can go into any game right now and go,
yep,
we almost pulled off an upset. If we played strong, if we played smarter in that first quarter, the game was ours.
The game was theirs.
Okay?
And not even by, it would have been a blowout.
Yeah. And if they didn't go for that 2-point conversion, if they didn't try going for that 2-point conversion earlier, okay, then it would have been 1 point difference when they scored that touchdown in the last few minutes of fourth quarter. Would have been tied 31-31. And who knows what happens at that point.
Well, the momentum was all on their side. So that's probably what happened.
Look,
they got a rookie
at the end of the day, if you stayed in for the whole game, you were treated to a fucking hell of a game.
Yeah. Okay? I changed to watch Auburn, Penn State because during the whiteout. No. That was later on that night. I think I was watching y'all game. Was it Purdue and Notre Dame?
Ah, yes.
I enjoyed that game.
Let me tell you something.
I enjoyed that game.
I did say that I thought that Notre Dame was going to get run over.
Yeah, they did not.
And they did not. But to back me up, Purdue played them hard for 3 of those 4 quarters.
They did.
Okay? And it was a tight game, and Notre Dame did come out on top. So I got to give him credit.
I was not impressed with your quarterback. He was inaccurate like
he
was. Son.
He was.
That was insane. I said, what the fuck? What's going on now?
Okay.
Y'all lucky y'all got good tight ends.
Not just tight end, the running back.
Yeah, the running back was nasty.
Okay.
Running back was nice.
He's a junior this year, so if he wanted to, he could throw his hat in the fucking race.
As he should. He should.
That kid, he got some speed.
He should.
He got some speed. He hit some outside corners and he's gone. He rounds the corner, he's gone.
I also saw the Auburn Penn State game, which I was looking for.
Yep.
Good game. Penn State, eked it. They didn't eke it out. They beat them.
Yes.
They beat them, and it was like it wasn't a blowout or nothing, but they put their foot in their ass and was like the Big Ten is here.
Yes.
So I'm liking Penn State. They might go undefeated, son. They might go undefeated because I don't like Ohio State, which is who they would have to play.
Ohio State's suspect right now.
They suspect, son. And I don't like Michigan. I don't like anybody from that conference. I don't think Iowa going to do nothing, crazy shit.
Ain't the starting quarterback of Ohio, like, he ain't playing this week.
Ohio State quarterback?
Yeah.
I don't know. Does he play this week?
I don't think he's playing this week.
Oh, I don't know.
I think he's dealing with a little bit of injury.
Oh,
they playing a crap team.
Yeah.
But he ain't starting this week.
They'll win that game by 20 instead of 50.
Maybe.
So, getting to this week, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Not many good games on. Not a good college.
No, there are a couple of ranked games, but there's some unranked opponents playing ranked teams that
we're looking forward to.
You got to watch out because the teams they're playing have scored.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go right to that. Villanova versus Penn State.
Oh yeah.
Both of them are 3-0. Now Villanova plays in the CAA.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're gonna. I think Penn State gonna give them that work.
They're gonna give them work, but you still can't sleep on Villanova because Villanova been throwing up mad points.
Yes,
They've been blowing out their opponents.
Yes, they have.
So, just watch. It is a potential upset.
Yeah.
Penn State should pull it off.
They should pull it off. It's potential.
It's a good game to watch.
Upset special in the making, which I think they will beat this other team. I think Rutgers is gonna beat Michigan.
Oh, we got Jersey in the house.
I'm gonna tell you why. Rutgers beat Temple 61-14. They beat Syracuse 17-7, and beat Delaware 45-13. Now, Syracuse is a FBS school,
right? As
is Temple. Delaware, I don't know. Are they? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
All right. Even if they're not, they've been good in whatever division they were in for a while. Okay. Greg Schiano's back. Remember the last time Greg Schiano was coaching Rutgers?
Right.
They were good.
They were a team.
Okay. Remember that's what got him the NFL job.
Yes.
All right.
Where he absolutely sucked ass.
Where he was terrible. Michigan, on the other hand, has beat Western Michigan. Who are they? And Northern Illinois. Who are they?
No one.
And they beat Washington. Okay? I think Rutgers gives them that work.
I think they give them work. In all honesty, though, I have been somewhat impressed with Michigan's offense.
I have to.
Okay? I gotta admit, I wasn't giving Harbaugh time of day going into the season, especially after the spectacle he made a couple months back.
Yeah, with that nonsense about beating Ohio State,
which he
hasn't done yet.
Although, in fairness, the way Ohio State's playing,
they're to be had.
Okay,
this year.
But the Big Ten in all is a serious division.
Yeah.
Okay? You have Iowa, you have Nebraska, you have Wisconsin. Forget their records. They play tough each and every game. And unlike last year where you had some players sitting out because of COVID, everyone's playing this year.
Yeah. Nebraska's terrible, by the way.
They are, but they will play you tough. They will play you tough.
Michigan State, they have a running back who's going to be a problem. Michigan State, that's the game I was watching. Michigan State against some other, I forgot what team they were playing, but they running back was, they were playing Miami. That's what I was watching. They were playing Miami, and the running back from Michigan State was going ape shit.
Miami's turnover chain has gone missing.
No, they got rings now. They got fucking finger four rings now, son. Looking stupid, losing and shit. Another game I'm gonna watch is this Texas A&M Arkansas game.
That should be
number 7 Texas A&M, number 16 Arkansas. They both undefeated as of now. Texas A&M has the nation's top defense. They're on an 11-game winning streak. I'm kind of rooting for Arkansas. You know, I'm a Washington football team fan. We have a safety from Arkansas on our squad. His name is Cameron Curl. Their safety now is supposed to be better than Cameron Curl. Cameron Curl is nice.
Yep.
He's supposed to be better than Cameron Curl. He led the team in tackles last year. He was an all SEC dude last year. So we'll see how that goes. And I like rooting for Arkansas. They're like the poor man in the best division. Yeah. You know, them Vanderbilt. I root for those guys to win.
Well, you've heard me say it. I'll keep saying it. SEC is the next best thing to pro.
That's it.
So that's why you got a lot of players coming out of that. Regardless of the record of the team, you got a lot of players coming out of SEC.
A lot of Kentucky players come out. And they suck. Yeah. No. The team sucks.
The team sucks.
But the players do their thing.
Yes. Okay, and then of course one last game I'm gonna personally watch. Okay, is my Fighting Irish versus Wisconsin. Yeah. And this is personal because the current quarterback for Notre Dame, Jack Cohen, is the former quarterback for Wisconsin. He went to Notre Dame via the transfer portal.
Really?
Okay. So this is a bit of a homecoming for him. And Wisconsin is not a team to be slept on.
Wisconsin, I agree with you, is not a team to be slept on. But I don't know how they're number 19. I have no idea. That whole ranking is crazy to me. Michigan is undefeated.
Yeah.
And they're one space behind Wisconsin. Wisconsin's lost the game.
But, you know,
they lost to Penn State, and they only beat Central Michigan.
But remember, Michigan started the season unranked.
That's true. This is true.
Okay. And let's also remember, Notre Dame started the season ranked 9th.
Okay.
And they're 3-0, but because they have struggled in the games, they're ranked to 12.
Facts.
Okay, so at the end of the day, I said it, this is not going to be a year where you're in the discussion for the college football playoffs.
If they undefeated, they are.
No.
Why not?
I think there are a lot of teams in front of them that could have one loss at the end of the season and still be ranked higher than them.
You cannot. Let me tell you something, Dave. Notre Dame has their own. They have their own. They're not in any division.
No, I understand that.
They have their own shit. If Notre Dame, which is like, up there in terms of college football royalty, if they're undefeated, they're going to the playoffs, son. There's no team you telling me.
We'll revisit this after 12 games.
Okay, fine. That's deal.
I personally feel the way Alabama, Georgia, fuck.
You can't even mention the other teams.
No. I'm sorry. What? Oklahoma.
Okay. That's 3.
I mean, first of all, the top 5 right now.
Okay. So Oklahoma, Georgia, Alabama, but one of those teams is gonna lose a game because they play the SEC championship.
Right.
So one of them gonna lose.
Okay. But right now, both Georgia and Alabama are undefeated.
They always undefeated. Okay. At this point.
So if they meet in the SEC championship game, the loser is still gonna make the college football playoffs.
Did Georgia make the college playoffs last year?
They weren't ranked high enough. If they are currently ranked number 2, right?
Yeah, they're currently ranked number 2.
Okay, so if they finish the season 1-2, and Georgia loses, they're not falling past 4. I'm sorry. And if they do, right now, 1 through 5 is still higher than where Notre Dame is. Notre Dame would have to go undefeated, and more than one of these teams. More than one of these teams would have to have at least one loss at the end of the season. I don't see the top 5 teams having more than one loss at the end of the season. Honestly.
Good argument. Good argument.
Okay?
Can't argue with that.
I could be wrong.
It's a good argument.
But the way the College Football Playoff Committee has been selected in the past few years,
it's a good argument.
There have been teams with no fucking losses.
Right.
Cincinnati is one of them. They didn't get above 8 for a good portion last season.
Yeah, Notre Dame ain't Cincinnati.
No. I'm not saying
Cincinnati ain't Notre Dame.
And Notre Dame has to play Cincinnati next week.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game.
Okay, that'll be a good game.
See,
that's the benchmark for the 2 of them.
Look at that. They're building up quality opponents.
Yes. That'll be the benchmark for both those teams.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
That being said,
we'll see what happens.
Before we leave, you just said Notre Dame is one of those teams, those high-ranking teams that everyone respects, everyone looks to, okay?
Uh-huh.
This game is going to mean more than just a W for Jack Cohen. A W makes Brian Kelly the winningest coach in Notre Dame history, even surpassing the great Newt Rockne.
Really?
Yes. He would have that surpassed already if the NCAA didn't wipe out a whole season due to, misappropriations. Okay? They literally took away 12 games off his record.
Yeah, well, good shit.
Okay?
Good shit. I hope he gets it.
Brian Kelly, boom.
Here's to being a good coach and recruiting players to Notre Dame where they actually have academic standards. Good job.
Facts.
Good job.
All right. So,
brings us to the NFL. Yes. Favorite shit this week was crazy. Week 2 was fucking ridiculous. It's the reason why the NFL is king. It's the reason why people paid $300 for fucking Sunday ticket. It's the reason why they make billions.
It's the reason why the XFL didn't float.
Exactly.
It's the reason why, what was the other one? The All-American Football Conference.
It's the reason why nobody watches Canadian football. It's just king.
Oh,
it's
no.
King
People
here.
in Canada watch the CFL.
Okay. People in Canada. I'm talking about... But people in Canada also watch the NFL. The world watches the NFL, man.
Yes.
And it's fucking king. We're gonna get into the recap in a second. We got a couple of shits to point out first. Yeah. First thing, Josh Gordon, Mr. Fuck Up, is eligible. They reinstated him. I don't know what the fuck he has over Roger Goodell, son. He gets more chances than somebody's deadbeat baby daddy.
You know what? I got the perfect analogy for Josh Gordon's career.
Yeah.
You remember playing Super Mario Brothers back in the day?
Yes.
You remember that cheat where you got to a certain level, and if you just jumped on the turtle, you kept getting one-ups over and over and over and over and over?
I do not know that.
Well, that's Josh Gordon. He keeps getting them extra lives over and over and over and over. How many shots does he keep getting? Because he keeps killing his own fucking opportunity.
Who knows? Who knows, man? It seems like it's unlimited, but kudos to him.
But you said it best. You said it best. He's got to have something on
He's got to have something on somebody, man. But kudos to him. He's getting back in the league. You know, hopefully somebody will use him. And
he's skilled. He is skilled.
He was skilled. I haven't seen
I don't know what
in years. So,
he is back. Cleveland days.
Cleveland days, he was ridiculous.
Yes.
He was getting up there as one of the best.
Oh, absolutely.
But, you know, we'll see what happens. Also, this past Thursday night, Carolina played Houston in a snooze fest. Sam Darnold looks like he's resurrected his career. Christian McCaffrey, which is the reason why I'm speaking about this, can't seem to stay healthy, man. They just paid this man last year. You know my policy on running backs, black, white, Asian, Middle Eastern. It doesn't matter. You don't pay them unless they're Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
That's who you pay.
And to back up that, it's not even due to injury. Troy Pollard is outplaying Ezekiel Elliott.
Exactly. I was gonna mention that. We'll mention that when we talk about the games. But you can find running backs. They come a dime a dozen, son.
Facts.
Every year there's another guy. Every year there's another guy. Several.
Because if you got the line,
you good, and you pick the right guy, you're straight. Clinton Portis had damn near what 2 years where he had like 1,800 yards. Come on, son, and you have the right scheme, you good money. Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey are the same guy, just different colors.
Yep, cut from the same cloth.
They cut from the same. They both too diesel, too much muscle mass.
Yep.
Not enough flexibility and fat on them, and they pull shit, they break shit, everything gets fucked up.
I'll tell you, and
they're both very talented.
And I have a Saquon jersey.
Really?
It's my first jersey since Strahan days because I look, I fuck with Eli, but it's very hard to find a 4XL jersey.
Okay.
That being said.
But you found one that...
I found one... Well...
Saquon Barkley?
Saquon is a 3XL.
Okay.
Still kind of still stretches around the midsection. Okay. That being said, when we first drafted Saquon, I just had visions of him in Penn State, busting through lines.
That was my guy.
And I got fooled.
That was my guy.
And not that he does not have the heart, not that he don't know the playbook, and not that he can't be that back. But he didn't get hit in college like he's getting hit now.
No.
Like he got hit in that Chicago game in week 2 last year, which put him on the shelf with the ACL tear. Okay?
It's a whole different game up here. Baby.
And you're not running over other kids. You're trying to run against other big, grown-ass men.
Well, feeding their family.
Okay?
Yes.
And you want to know how short a career can be, how quickly it can be taken from you. I'm going to show you another former Giants running back, Brandon Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs used to run over motherfuckers, used to run over linebackers when he was fresh out of college. But then time caught up. Your body can't take them hits week in and week out. At the end of the day, you're only human. It catches up to you. Yeah. You can't do it forever, especially on the pro level.
You can't do it. If you get hurt the right way, you can't do it for a long time. I'll take you to another Giants running back, David Wilson. David Wilson had all the promise in the world.
Yeah.
I got a free steak, a free drinks at Smith and Walensky's because my name is David Wilson, and at the time I was right about the same size as this motherfucker. Hurts his neck, done, finished.
Yeah.
Saquon,
he could have been special though.
He could have been special.
He could have been special.
If Saquon hurt himself again, That's it, man.
Yeah, game over.
You basically done. Somebody will give you a chance, but you ain't making no money.
No.
You ain't making no real money.
No.
Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, same player. One of them just got paid earlier. I know what people are going to say. He got the complexion for the protection, and they're partially right with that.
Yeah.
They're partially right with that. But remember, Christian McCaffrey was healthy for a lot of last year.
A lot of last year, and Christian McCaffrey was also the main reason the Carolina Panthers were winning games. Okay?
Yep.
Whereas you can't say that about Saquon.
Facts. His best year, y'all was trash.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's get to the week 2 recap, my guy.
Yes.
First of all, I want to give myself a pat on the back and props. If you fuck with me, my last week's picks, you were 10-5. If you were including yesterday's game, you were 11-5. All right, holla at me. You know, if you got paid, send some over. Sweet Jones at yahoo.com, PayPal. Holla at me.
You know that shit ain't happening.
No, that's not happening. But that's all right. But let's get into some of these popping ass games.
Yes.
One of the games I wanted to highlight was Houston and Cleveland. Now, that game wasn't crazy, but when Tyrod Taylor was in the game, I always root for Tyrod Taylor. Always.
They were winning.
They were winning. They were driving the ball back up and down the field on these motherfuckers.
He was 10 for 11. One incomplete pass.
And then Tyrod Taylor did a Tyrod Taylor. He got hurt again. He always gets hurt.
Hamstring, right?
Yeah. Always gets hamstring, ribs, needle in the ribs.
That shit wasn't even his fault.
Like, come on, yo. Come on, son. He's cursed, in my opinion. He's got to be cursed.
He's got the talent.
I don't think he got talent.
No.
Number one guy.
No.
He's got talent.
Yeah. What have I always said? You don't need to be a great quarterback in this league to win the Super Bowl. You have to be a decent quarterback with a protection of the front line, a running game, and a defense. With him and Houston, even with all the acquisitions they had to make via free agency, after week 1, it looked like they had some of what was needed to at least make a run in the South. Because Indy's 0-2, Jacksonville is trash, and Tennessee started by getting their ass handed to them by the Cardinals.
You ain't lying.
You could make an argument that with Tyrod Taylor healthy, that the fucking Houston Texans had a shot.
Fair. They had a shot. Yeah, that's a good argument.
Okay?
Man. That's
and now, I'm sorry, it's a little cheesy, but I'm going to pull it out of the fucking audio soundworks. It's been flushed down the toilet.
Facts, man. I agree with you 100%. You got, what's this dude's name from Maryland? That whatever the quarterback's name is, he was terrible Thursday. Regardless,
he had a good drive at the end of the first half.
Yeah,
but other than that, he wasn't making the connections.
Yeah. Whatever, man. So now I wanted to also bring up this Minnesota and Arizona game. I watched that game in full. It was fucking crazy.
That one being closer than I thought it was going to be.
What did you think it was going to be?
I thought Arizona would blow them out the water.
Oh, no. I picked Arizona to win, but it definitely was a little close. It was a little close. Kirk Cousins was putting on a quarterbacking fucking clinic in the beginning of the game.
He did.
He was putting on a clinic. Kirk Cousins was fucking was 244 yards for 3 touchdowns, all right? Most of that was I think all of it was all in the first quarter. Dalvin Cook, 131 yards. But Kyler Murray, son, he was creating shit out of his ass, throwing the ball off a pinky toe. He was going shit crazy, running the ball, all of that. He threw for 400 yards. He had 3 throwing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. He went apeshit, son.
Yes, he did.
I have to give him all his props. He does that shit again next week, he's going to get hurt and obliterated for about a good 6 weeks. But he's a little dude, son. He can't keep doing that. But do it for as long as you can, my guy.
Yeah.
But they still they would have fucking lost. Remember, the kicker for Minnesota missed an extra point.
You're right.
Which is why they had the kicker. Which is why it was what was the score? The score was 33-34.
Yeah.
They would have had 34. It would have been 34-34 if he didn't miss the fucking extra point. And then he misses. Kirk Cousins gets them down there to where he can kick the field goal, and he missed the fucking field goal. Game over. Arizona wins, mostly because of Kyler Murray's running around and throwing 2 interceptions.
Look, Kyler Murray, we knew he had game.
Yeah.
Okay? I and you both thought he was too small for the NFL.
Yeah.
He has proven everyone wrong thus far.
Not me. He ain't proved me wrong. He still is too small. Remember last year he got hurt too. He got hurt last year, and he was fucking up toward the end of the year because he was hurt. Remember?
Yes.
And I think the same thing going to happen this year.
You're right.
Unless he stops that running around shit. Do it when you have to. Russell Wilson, your shit.
More, I think he has more weapons.
Oh, he got plenty of weapons. Christian Kirk, fucking DeAndre Hopkins, the best receiver in football. He got AJ Green on his squad, son. Like he got everybody. Yeah. He got everybody.
Yeah. I think the biggest hurdle for the Arizona Cardinals right now, other than health, is the Los Angeles Rams.
Well, the problem with them is they're in the toughest division in football.
Oh, without outside of maybe the American League, the AFL West.
I don't know. Look, you got the Rams. You got the 49ers. Mm-hmm. You have the Arizona Cardinals. And the fucking Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Who's taking the L in that division?
No.
Nobody.
Let me tell you, the toughest teams to come out come playoff time are going to come from the West.
Facts.
In both conferences.
Yeah, facts. AFC West and the NFC West.
So
with AFC West, you got the Chargers.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Raiders, the Chiefs, and what's the other squad?
You said the Chargers, right?
I said the Chargers.
Chargers,
Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos is serious too.
Broncos are 2-0.
So, but I still think that the NFC West is more ridiculous. But another game, okay, something that affects both of us. Dallas and the Chargers. Speaking of the NFC West.
Yeah, and I got something to say about this come heroes and zeros, but that's a whole nother thing.
It's a whole nother story. My man Dak taking up where he left off.
Oh, yes, he did.
237 yards. He had no touchdowns, though.
No.
He had no touchdowns. But the real story about this, beside fucking Justin Herbert throwing a critical interception in the... it was terrible. He had 2 interceptions, but one of them was bad at the end.
There were also some questionable calls by the refs, but
there was.
San Diego made their share of mistakes,
dumb mistakes
that you can look past. The referee.
They lost the game.
Yes.
You lost the game. All right. Tony Pollard outrushed Zeke Elliott. Tony Pollard had 13 rushes for 109 yards and a touchdown. Zeke Elliott got paid the year before last. For what? For you to wear...
Didn't back that up last year.
No. Didn't back it up
this year.
And not backing it up this year.
After 2 games, no.
No. Now, the first game I gave you props because he was influential in his pass
blocks. Yes.
He was influential. So I give you props there. But come on, son. I'm going to need a 100-yard game from you. One of these in the next couple of games.
200
You
yards.
play fucking Philly this week. I need you, Zeke. You got to earn that paycheck. Stop buying platinum nose rings. All right? Stop being a sissy. Stop getting your hair done and buying your quarterback Louis Vuitton big pocketbook suitcases. Hoe ass motherfucker. Stop that shit.
Preach.
Be a man. Stealing bicycles and shit. Riding in slippers on some hoe ass shit.
You know the only thing that was missing from that?
What? Right? I ain't really get at him. You know?
But that was a good one.
Another good game was the Titans and the Seahawks game. Went to overtime.
And the Titans had to come back in that.
Titans had to come back in that shit. And it was the return of Derrick Henry.
Yes.
182 yards, 3 touchdowns. Out of all the guys I've been wrong about, I have never been more wrong than about that motherfucker. He is a goddamn animal.
Alabama running strong just like he did back then.
Yes.
I mean...
Yes. A problem.
You know what? But here's the problem, though. Okay? I see Derrick Henry falling into, not so much injury-wise in his later years as a retired football player, but I see him running into Earl Campbell territory.
Really?
They're running him. They are running him. And they're going to run him into the ground.
35 carries.
Look what even happened in the first playoff game last year. After getting 2,000 plus yards during the season and being one of the main reasons the Titans went as far as they did. Winning the AFC South in the final game of the year.
Right.
And was a no-show in that first playoff game. He was gassed.
You think he was just tired?
You could tell he was gassed.
Yeah.
Now, that was a great performance by him. Hands down, no doubt about it. But you can't rely on him every fucking game. You got to get this passing game under control. You got to get Julio Jones.
You got Julio Jones.
You got to get him involved.
You got Julio Jones, for God's sake, son. Come on, man. Come on, Ryan Tannehill.
So hard to
now,
watch.
Ryan Tannehill did throw for 347 yards, but he had no touchdowns.
No.
That's what makes the money.
The red zone is just
you
not
got
there
paid,
for him.
Ryan Tannehill. They paid you before they paid Mr. 182 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Facts.
Make them believers in you.
Yeah.
Earn your fucking paycheck, Ryan Tannehill. All right? Russell Wilson, as always, 22 for 31, 2 touchdowns. You know, Russell Wilson, I never had no beef with him as far as football goes. My beef with him comes off the field and his simping.
Yeah.
Okay? Tyler Lockett, 178 yards. Jesus, that's crazy. So last but not least, the game we wanted to talk about, the Chiefs and the fucking Ravens. Lamar Jackson called the Chiefs his kryptonite at one point in time. He finally exercised the demon, man.
For one night.
For one
game. He did it.
He did it, man. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Now, I'm not going to say you played a good quarterback, but you played good football players.
Yes, he did.
All right.
Yes,
Lamar Jackson was 18 for 26, 239 yards, and 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. But 16 carries, 107 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Right.
That's how Lamar Jackson gets his money right now. That's how Lamar Jackson wins games right now. Lamar Jackson won that game by being a football player.
Right.
Travis Kelce got crazy. Pat Mahomes did what he wanted to do. 343, 3 touchdowns. But he threw a crucial interception.
Look, even with the interception, Patrick Mahomes is going to be Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Okay? There's very few defenses that could stop him.
None. There's one.
Tampa Bay.
That was it. There's one.
But the thing that's going to stop Kansas City is their own defense.
Yeah, defense sucks.
Because this is 2 weeks in a row now. They should have lost the game to Cleveland in the opening week.
Should have lost to Cleveland.
And they lost this game to Baltimore because they couldn't stop Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens. They just couldn't stop them.
Couldn't stop them.
Okay? And at the end of the day, all it takes is one more point. Well, guess what? That's what Baltimore had. They had one more point at the end of that game.
Exactly 1 point.
The defense could not stop shit.
Trash.
Okay? And this is why, as blasphemous as you may say, this was of me to call a few episodes back, why I said I'm picking San Diego to win the West. Because that defense is massively suspect. Although, at that time, I did not think Denver and the Raiders would be as legit as they have shown in these first 2 games.
Facts.
So, to be determined,
Yeah, I don't
to
know
be
who
determined.
I don't know who
But
going with it.
the AFC West, if nothing else, is going to be entertaining.
He was right
to
about
watch.
that. That defense was terrible. One other thing I wanted to say about this past week's games was Chicago played Cincinnati. I thought Cincinnati should have won that game. Fucking Justin Fields got, what was his name? Andy Dalton got knocked out of the game early. Justin Fields came in the game. Here are his numbers. 6 for 13, 60 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, 10 rushes for 31 yards. Is the game too slow for you now? Cowboy?
Yeah.
Fucking fuck boy.
Oh, let me tell you something. I was very surprised Cincinnati couldn't pull that off.
Me too, man.
Okay.
Me too.
And
the Bears defense is tough though.
The Bears defense is awesome. I'm sorry. They're awesome. But if you can hold your own for 3 quarters, you can wear them down in the 4th. And unfortunately, Cincinnati couldn't do that. But I will say this: I have a problem with Matt Nagy, the current head coach of Chicago, still calling Andy Dalton his starter if he's healthy. Andy Dalton has already shown through 2 games he's not going to be able to stay healthy for you. And if the future is going to be Justin Fields, then make sure he's coached right and is able to take over the team now.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. You can lose your locker room like that. If everybody in the locker room sees that Andy Dalton is the better quarterback when healthy, then fuck that playing for the future shit. We want to play with the guy that gives us the best chance to win. You can't con the players. The players know. They out there every day in practice. They see what goes on. 16 for what was it? 6 for...
No, they were not good numbers.
No.
But they won the game.
Because of the defense.
Yes.
But you can't tell the defense to do that shit every fucking week.
No, you cannot.
Andy Dalton has played decently since he's been while healthy as a Chicago Bear. You can tell the fans, oh, you know, we want to see how this guy's gonna do. But that means you're gonna play the odds and play that he's gonna be good or not. You don't know that.
Right. But at the
you
same
know that
time,
Andy Dalton gives you a better chance to win.
But at the same time, Dalton's current injury is going to require him to be sidelined for at least 2 games.
Yeah.
Okay?
So if this dude does like,
you're going to have to make sure that Fields is ready.
Yeah. What if he performed like Justin Herbert did last year when Tyrod Taylor went down, then that's a different story.
Facts.
But if he does what he did this past week, then then Andy Dalton is your guy.
Agree.
I think they should be starting Foles, personally. But that's just me.
I personally think they're wasting an opportunity to get some good trade capital back for Nick Foles at this point. If you feel that highly about Andy Dalton, that he's your starter if healthy, and Fields is your number 2.
Yeah, what do you have Foles for?
What's Foles there for? You're just wasting money at this point. Let someone else take up that contract.
It sounds like to me, but oh well.
All right. So before we leave the NFL completely,
no. We got 2 things to do with the NFL.
We got to make our picks. You're right.
Make our picks and your boy.
So we got to get on
this whole ass.
This guy who's been the crux of NFL storylines the entire offseason. It is the dude, Aaron.
Mr. MVP.
Okay? And I say Aaron, I'm taking a page out of Key and Peele. He's Aaron right now. He must be Aaron. And I say Aaron not because Key and Peele, because I think this motherfucker is drunk and needs to be an AA. Because he keeps opening his mouth and talking caca like no one's fucking business.
Talking reckless.
Okay? So, obviously, they took that first loss against
loss.
New Orleans. Horrible loss. Where the entire team looked like garbage.
Yeah.
Now you get to week 2. And just happens to be a Monday night game. But it's still the Detroit Lions, led by Dan, let's bite some kneecaps, Campbell. I'm sorry. You just beat the Detroit Lions. This is not something to boast about. This is not a team that you turn around and go, I guess the trolls can take a break now because, we got our first W.
Yeah, and like you beat the Chiefs, my guy.
All right. You didn't even beat the Bears. You didn't face that defense. You faced the Detroit Lions.
One of the worst defenses historically.
The Detroit Lions. You might as well be playing the Columbia Lions, okay?
Facts.
And if you're wondering, that's a fucking college team. Ivy League. Aaron Rodgers came out after that game and said, I guess we can put the trolls to rest. No, you can't. Because you still had this whole off season where you were talking out your ass. Okay?
You still had that first game.
Yeah,
not
just the first game. You had the press conference. You had the press conference where you named player after player after player, which it was just a list of your buddies, as I said last show. You did not blow out the Detroit Lions. In fact, at one point, the Detroit Lions were winning this game.
Yep.
Okay? You are playing against a quarterback, former number 1 pick,
who they paid and ran out. Son.
Yes.
They paid and ran out of there, son.
Then you turn around and you make the following statement. Yeah, I'm sorry. Where I may agree that where not everyone should have a platform, those individuals, professional or no, who have been watching the game long enough to know what the fuck they're talking about, have every fucking right to speak. And I'm sorry. I'm going to say it again, just like I said a few moments ago. You just beat the Detroit Lions, the fucking butt of the NFL. It does not get worse than the Detroit Lions.
Exactly.
You can have an 0-16 team this season. I'm sorry, 0-17 team this season. Probably New York Jets. Maybe Jacksonville Jaguars. But Jacksonville, more probably than Jets. Jets I'll give 1 win to, but it's because I hate the Jets. But the Detroit Lions are not a team to brag that you just beat. If you went out and you beat Kansas City, fine. If you went out and you beat the fucking Minnesota Vikings even, fine. If you went out and you beat Tampa Bay, fine. Let's keep in mind, last year when you were 13-3, you could not beat Tampa Bay. Not once, twice. Regular season and playoffs. At home. So, shut the fuck up.
Please.
Play your game. Because you'll be lucky this year, given your schedule, if you win 11 games, let alone 10.
Facts.
Okay? It is a very, very tough road for the Green Bay Packers this year.
And for the NFC.
Okay?
They were a tough conference, my guy.
Horrible, horrible schedule for you.
Yeah.
You will be tested. And I'm sorry. You are not winning this division.
And you have Joe Barry as your defensive coordinator, the worst defensive coordinator of all time.
How the fuck is he still in the league?
I have no idea, son. You're going to get tested every week. You're going to have to outscore your opponents.
Complexion for the protection.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. So let's get to the picks.
Oh, yes.
For week 3.
Absolutely.
Let's
week
do
3
this.
And including the first week 4 game next Thursday night.
Yeah, that was some good editing on your part.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Washington football team at the Buffalo Bills. I got the Bills.
I got the Bills, baby. I'm sorry. I
Don't be
like
sorry.
your squad. I
Don't be
like
sorry.
your squad. I like what Taylor Heineke did against the Giants. Don't get me wrong. But Buffalo, not going to happen.
We're going to get boat raced. We got Chicago at Cleveland.
Oh, that's Cleveland, baby. Cleveland, you got Odell Beckham Jr. back in the lineup.
Oh, really?
He's back in the lineup.
I didn't know that. Wait a second. I might change my pick. Wait a second. Nah, I'm going to fuck with you. Nah, Cleveland. Even Odell Beckham can't fuck that
First
up.
of all, between Nick Chubb and Hunt, Kareem Hunt, they're going to run all over them.
Next, we have Baltimore at Detroit.
Well, this is Baltimore's game to be had.
Yeah. Detroit might be 0-17.
Detroit,
we already said from the beginning that this dude was talking about fucking nonsense and how he's gonna
bite kneecaps.
Yeah, bite kneecaps and crazy shit.
Dan Campbell.
That was so stupid.
I want to know. I want to be that fly in the room.
That was so
at that
stupid.
fucking interview.
Josh Gordon must have gave Dan Campbell the pictures and that's how he got the job.
For real.
Indianapolis at Tennessee.
Well, you got Wentz is going to be out because he got 2 sprained ankles.
My boy going to be up in there. My boy.
Oh, you talking about former Washington quarterback?
No. Yeah, former Washington. Yeah, former Washington Huskies. Yes.
I'm giving this to Tennessee, though.
I'm giving it to Tennessee, too. I ain't gonna lie. I give it to Tennessee, too.
Now we got the LA Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Come on.
I'm going Chargers.
Oh, are you?
I'm going Chargers. I say
kudos to you.
They learn from their mistakes against the Cowboys. The defense does not make mistakes, and they hold the fucking Chiefs accountable for not having a defense of their own.
Okay, I got the Chiefs. New Orleans.
I think you and I can be texting back and forth during that game.
Of course.
Okay.
New Orleans at New England.
You know what? I would say New Orleans because that Week 1 performance against Green Bay impressed me. They were a no-show last week. I'm taking New England at home.
I didn't know that Joe Barry was the defensive coordinator of Green Bay that first week.
Right.
I know now. So I know that Jameis Winston's numbers were ridiculously exaggerated during that game. I got New England.
Okay. So, we got Atlanta at the Giants.
I got the Giants.
I'm taking the Giants out of heart.
Oh, I'm taking it out of the fact that Atlanta might be winless this season.
No, I'm taking the Giants out of heart because Eli's number is going to be retired at halftime, and they better fucking win this shit.
Okay. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh.
I'm taking Cincinnati. First of all, we both know that Ben Roethlisberger is out. Okay? He got hurt in that game.
Is he out or he just have a chest contusion?
No, he's out.
Oh, he's out?
He's out.
So who's playing? Is it Rudolph or Dwayne Haskins?
It's either going to be Rudolph or your man Haskins.
Oh, my God. That's not my man. I don't like with him at all.
Matter of fact, I'm not even sure what are they on the depth chart. I'm going to put it right here because I'm not sure. I'm going to put it right here.
Whatever the case, I had Cincinnati even if Ben was playing.
I got Cincinnati too because Ben ain't playing. Arizona at Jacksonville. Arizona. Come on.
They're gonna put 90 on these motherfuckers.
Oh God! You know I would not be surprised if they did.
Yeah.
All right, we got the New York Jets. I'm sorry. Against the Denver Broncos in Denver.
I don't have the Jets. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Denver Broncos on this one by a lot.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Raiders hosting the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa is out with a couple of broken ribs.
Broken ribs, yeah. I got Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, definitely. Viva Las Vegas. I'm with you on that
Got
one.
the Tampa at the LA Rams.
Oh, initially I was taking Tampa because that's the new Tom Terrific. No disrespect to Tom Seaver. This is Tom Terrific for the NFL. Mm-hmm. But there's a couple of defensive players out due to injury. I think Antonio Brown is on the COVID list. I'm giving this to the Rams.
I told you. After that game, he was fucking with the White House.
I'm giving this to the Rams.
I told you.
You did.
I'll give it to the Rams, too.
All right.
I'll give it to the Rams, too.
We got the Seattle Seahawks at the Minnesota Vikings.
I got the Vikings.
Really?
I got the Vikings. My man Kirk Cousins coming through, son.
I got Seattle.
Okay.
And I got the old lady who just said this.
I know exactly who that is. That's the motherfucker that loses every goddamn game. That's Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, what? Okay.
I'm sorry, I had to do it to you, Kirk.
All right.
All right, so then we got Green Bay and San Francisco to wrap up Sunday.
I got San Francisco.
I have San Francisco also. I know their defense has a couple of injuries, but I see this being a whooping for Aaron.
Yeah.
We got Monday night, Philly at the Cowboys.
I got Dallas.
I got Dallas too, buddy. And then next Thursday, the start of week 4, Jacksonville at Cincinnati. I am taking the Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah. I got the Bengals too. All right, folks. It's time for Heroes and Zeros. How many zeros do you have?
I got one, buddy.
I How many heroes?
None.
I got no heroes either.
There are no heroes right now.
There are no heroes. Everybody's just fucking taking L's and sucking dicks. Yeah,
that is not something you will see behind us right now.
The Hennessy is kicking in, and I'm about to get in this nigga's ass.
Ooh.
Okay, so
they go to N-word.
That's right. My bad. They ain't gonna cancel us because of that.
No.
So
YouTube don't block
my
us.
0 is Bobby 3 Sticks, Robert Griffin III, RG3. For those of y'all
3-6.
Yeah, Bobby 3 Sticks. For RG3, for those of y'all who are still bamboozled and confused,
bamboozled,
who still think he was done dirty,
run amok,
run amok,
led astray,
confused Negroes. I used to love Bobby 3 Sticks when he first came in 2012. That was my dude, son.
9 years ago,
and then he started doing the fuck shit. Son. I saw it during the season. My man C's called me out for it. I ain't want to give him the props. I was like, yo, C, shut up. But he called me out. He was like, Dave, if he was on anybody else's team but yours, you would have been getting in his ass. And I was like, nah, C's. I had to just make up lies for him. That's why I dislike him so much. I had to make up lies as to why I'm being outside of my character.
That's why I don't lie, because I don't want to have to remember the lie.
I don't have to remember the lie. I don't have to be somebody who I'm not and encourage hoe ass shit. And he was doing hoe ass shit, and I didn't do it. I was being somebody who I wasn't. Okay, C's was calling him RG3 for a long time. I got mad and shit, being a hoe ass dude. But whatever. So Robert Griffin III was you do the research on him, but he was a backup quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens last year. Mm-hmm. He is now a commentator for college football.
Yep.
Now, I'm sure, I haven't seen him, but I'm sure he's doing a great job. He's a good guy. He's
actually held his own.
He's a good guy, and he's articulate. He's everything that the Pink Toes want to see. He's married to 2 Pink Toes. He had 2 of them. Kudos to him or whatever. Even though his parents are darkening this camera, it's weird. It's a weird situation. I'm bringing it there. That's all right. He had fucking my grandmother used to call slats in his hair. Whatever the case may be.
He'd be saying this without the Hennessy.
Yeah, I'll be saying this without the Hennessy. But I'm now further saying it. All right. Anyway, so he was on an interview with Adam Schefter. Right. He was on the Adam Schefter podcast. And he said, first and foremost, to me, I still want to play. I'm working out 11, 12 at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, after calling games during the day, because really, if it means something to you, you find a way and you find the time to get working. Here's my problem with that. For one, you were never not a workout warrior. You were always a workout warrior. Your problem was reading defenses. Your problem was putting in the quarterback work. Your problem was cerebral. That was your problem. Fact. Nobody gives a fuck about you running around.
Fact.
Nobody cares about that shit. All right? That's number one. Okay. So then they asked him, would he be open to coming back to Washington? This is what this fucking clown said. He said, yeah, I mean, it could, to be honest. I'm sure you saw the tweet that I put out saying make the call when Ryan Fitzpatrick went down and Taylor Heineke. Don't get me wrong, every opportunity he's gotten, it seemed like he's rose to these moments. He seized those moments. But for me to go back to Washington, that would have to be something that Coach Ron Rivera and the team would be open to. You never say never, is what I would say. Would I be open to it? Yeah. I would love to go back and be able to have that come full circle. I see the fans, and there's still number 10 jerseys in the rafters. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. That's a fucking lie. You're a liar, okay? You're a fucking liar, Bobby 3 Sticks. You're a liar. And that whole put the call out to who? To who? I'd rather have Cam fucking fuckboy skirt wearing Newton on my team than your fucking privileged pink toe loving ass. Fuck you. Is he fucking kidding me? Is he kidding me? This motherfucker puts the damn tweet out with him running 76 yards. We don't need no another running back. We need a quarterback.
You know, what's funny is he swears he still sees the number, what was it, number 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't see that?
That's like Jesse Palmer saying he still sees the number 13 in the Giants stands.
Yeah, you're a liar at best. You're a liar at best. Ain't no number 10 jerseys in there. Those are all been replaced by Chase Young jerseys, my guy. The fuck is you talking about? Then he goes, I've always looked at the situation in Washington at just the wrong place, wrong time. What? You were the wrong person.
Hold up. Is this the same dude that made the playoffs his first year?
Yeah, that's the dude. How was it the wrong place, wrong time? You had your mama asking for a radio show.
Oh.
You told the coach you didn't want to run certain plays.
Oh.
You're a fuckboy at best.
Oh.
At best. You're a half a sissy and an entitled clown. You gotta see his tweets.
Oh.
They are sickening to my stomach. I want to vomit every time I see another one.
I'd vomit myself, but I don't want to waste this Hennessy.
There you go.
Oh.
The Hennessy is not be wasted on your hoe ass.
No.
Why don't you put the plaits? That's what it was plaits.
There you go.
Keep the plaits in your head. Stay with your pink toes. And live your life. Comment on the games. Nobody gonna call you back. They did a poll and asked the fans would they want RG3 back. 91% of the people said no. I was included at 91%. I didn't want you back after the 2013 season. You suck. You were in Baltimore last year and played for Lamar Jackson. You were terrible in that game.
Third string.
You were terrible in that game. Fucking the dude from Penn State had to come in. The rookie had to come in and replace your sorry ass. You're terrible. Comment on the games and shut the fuck up. Fuck you, Bobby Three Sticks. Hoe ass motherfucker.
Nice. Like that one. All right. So, from one football asshole to another. This asshole just happens to be head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And that's Mike McCarthy. Which, you know me. I didn't like the hiring of Mike McCarthy last year.
I loved it. I
know you loved it because
it was Dallas.
It meant your Washington football team had a chance.
There you go.
It means
and we
Giants
got it.
Have a chance.
High five. High five. NFC East. Worst coach in the division.
Oh,
Mike McCarthy.
Worst division in football.
There you go.
Anyway, Mike McCarthy just proved to everyone why this game has passed him by. Why his attention span is down to nil. If anyone was watching this game between the Cowboys and the Chargers, aside from the fact that a couple of bad calls by the Chargers and mistakes by the Chargers themselves cost the Chargers the game, the Cowboys have the ball driving in the final minutes of the game. And as soon as they get within decent field goal range, seem to forget how much time is on the clock. If it wasn't for the quick actions of a few, this game would have gone to overtime.
Yeah, it would have ran out of time, yo.
And there, who knows? Coin toss, even though you're the visiting team, you would have got to pick what you're calling. It's down to a coin toss to see who gets the ball first. And then, of course, there's always a chance for the other team to run down and score again. You forgot to pay attention to the clock. And then when this fact was brought to your attention in the press conference after the game, you ran down some nonsensical,
dude.
I mean, my head hurts even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm going to play it,
please,
for our viewers.
Well, the clock situation just to the end was different. I've never had a clock go off the board on me like that. So, the second down, we're trying to, chip away and just get a shorter field goal. And so we were going to attempt a third down play, and then kicking on fourth was the time frame we were in, 17 seconds, I think. So we were right on the threshold. We get into these 2-minute drills, you have thresholds, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 17 seconds. So we were right at the threshold there of our operation. And so we had a personnel, one of our players came off that, shouldn't have come off, and just communication there. So then we were just going to run it down. But the clock I was watching went off the board. And then the clock Kellen had, I think he said a camera. He got blocked by a camera guy. So the communication was great from up top, and and obviously you want to call that timeout between 3 and 4 seconds. So
you know what? There's only one thing I can say for a situation such as this. I'm going to borrow from a Billy Madison movie.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah, that encompasses it all.
Yeah.
Okay, we are all dumber for hearing that nonsense.
Did he say he couldn't see?
First of all, he said he didn't see the clock. The clock dropped off automatically from like 30-something seconds to 17 seconds. No, that means your ass wasn't paying attention.
That's what that
then
means.
You tried to say someone is in your field of view. Motherfucker, there are clocks all over the goddamn stadium.
Everywhere.
You have motherfuckers in your ear. You're wearing a fucking headset.
People who are in the sky looking at this shit.
Are you kidding me?
You're a liar. You're a liar and a bad coach.
If any reason, this right here is why the Cowboys will not be in the mix for a championship this season.
Facts.
That was the dumbest fucking explanation I've ever heard from any coach in any level of football in my life.
I agree.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Jerry Jones should be ashamed of you.
You are dumb, Private Paul, but do you expect me to believe that you don't know left from right?
Sir, no, sir.
Then you did that on purpose. You want to be different.
Sir, no, sir.
What side was that, Private Pile?
Sir, left side, sir.
Are you sure, Private Pile?
Sir, yes, sir.
What side was that, Private Pile?
Sir, right side, sir.
Don't fuck with me again, Pile.
I don't care if the Cowboys go 16-1. That will be played over and over and over again for this season. And anytime someone needs an idiot soundbite of the week.
Facts. Totally agree, man. Once again, enjoy week 3.
Yes.
Enjoy college football.
Enjoy the upcoming basketball season. It's around the corner. Training camp is here, baby.
For those people that watch baseball, the 3 of you, congratulations. Enjoy that shit. Once again, he's Dave.
And he's Dave.
Thanks for watching the Sports Rant.
Peace, baby.